Hello everybody. Got a request from somebody to do the old Castlereagh Road. Now I could sit out there and try and drive out there, but the problem is everything's been locked off. Now, okay, Castlereagh Road, for anybody around the world doesn't know what it is, Castlereagh is a very famous name. There's Castlereagh Highway, goes from west side of Lithgow and it goes all the way down to Mudgee. Castlereagh comes from England. It's one of the old English names. There, you want to see how to spell it. Castlereagh Road, Castlereagh Street, Castlereagh Street in Sydney. It's not as if it's a rare name, alright? Right, so we had the suburb of Penrith, which is right here. There we go, Penrith. And it's the most westerly city of Sydney. We've got the Penrith Leagues Club, and we've got Emu Plains, Emu Heights. Emu Plains I've done a story on because that's where all the emus were. So the guys come paddling up the creek in their little boat way back in 1801, and they see all these emus running across here, so they call that Emu Plains. And that's its name. Right here, Emu Plains. Right, so that's how we got its name. And then you go up here in the big blue mountains of Sydney. Now this gentleman asked me about Castlereagh Road. Now, what the mad crazy logic of it was, way back in the early days, back in, let's say 1890, right? Take a stab in the dark, not exactly accurate. People come over here by horse and sulky, right? So, the road basically used to come down here, the top of the hill. So come around here. There's Castlereagh Hall. And then can you see it? There it is there. There's the old original road. And they only let it go to there because there's a house there. There's property. So they've got to give them access. And then the rest of the road, they chopped away. This is why I'm not driving out there to do it. But you can still see these little black dot shadows. These are the power poles, or the remains of them. And then the road used to cut straight through there, right through the middle of the now lake. It catches up. I'm going to be quick for it. And I think the road, yeah, that's right, yeah, because the road was out here. The road was out here because this property used to be well off the road when I was a kid. I remember saying, Dad, look how far away that house is, away from the road. And Dad say, oh yeah, because up high because of the flood water. Because there's the Nepean River. Now, if you know my channel, I talk about water. I do water things. So, is this the old Castlereagh Road here? Or is this their new road? No, that's their new road, I think. Oh, wait a minute. Soon tell you. I'll recognise something. Because I drove on it, for 50 years. No, that's their own road. They rebuilt it. Yeah, because here's old Castlereagh over here. See, so what used to happen, when you used to come out here at this roundabout, down here, you used to come across here. This is how crazy it was. It was the most craziest road you've ever seen. Now I understand why the guy wanted to find out what actually happened to it. And I sort of get the idea of what his question was. it was strange. You'd have great big trucks, blue metal trucks, and you'd have people going home from Penrith back over to Richmond and Windsor, North Richmond, Currajong, Glossodia, Grosse Vale, everywhere, right? Going across there to go to Richmond, to go up to Currajong, up the Bells Liner Road. The amount of traffic on that road was unbelievable. It wasn't just a little dainty little road, it was a major road to go to Richmond. And what you used to do, you could see the death trap, they'd come down there and turn like that. Right? That's not it there, that's new, right? And this is that is the original road. And then it used to, no, that's wrong. It changed that. That's an add-on, right. That's where the original road used to go. So now I see this guy's point. That's where it used to go, because we used to come down there and we used to turn in there. It used to be a bridge, and that would have been that road there. That's what I think this guy's trying to make a point about. That's where the bridge used to be. It was an access bridge. We used to come around there on a sweeping bend. We used to drive around that. So all the young people that don't know, then Castlereagh Road comes to there, and they used to go straight across, right? But this is all part of this big mining thing. So let's just do it this way. Where's that old road on the other side? That's over here somewhere. There it is, over there. Alright, so that's over there. So basically, from right there to there was where the road used to go. And what they've done, they turned it into a great big oversized quarry. Now, they call it Penrith Lakes. Now, how did all this come about? Well, we had the 2000 Olympic Games. So back in 1996, they decided, Sydney International Regatta Cafe, see? And that's where they put all the rowing boats for the 2000 Olympic Games. Now you think, what a great idea. Well, if you actually go back into the 2000 Olympic Games, let's have a look at the rowing regatta footage. Let's see how many people went out there. Right, here they are, 2000 Olympic Games regatta. There's Castlereagh Road up there, up the top. Now, this is the big problem they had. You notice how many people are out there? Not very many. So look, very few people at all. But there, up in the stand, let's see if we can, I'll come back, I'll see if I can clear that up. Let's see how many people we actually get up there in the grandstand. Here they go. Now this is the grandstand. Yes, it was pretty packed. But I'll tell you a little secret that a lot of people don't realise. What the government said, they said, look, nobody's going out there to the rowing. We need people to go out there. So what they did, they gave the people free tickets and a free bus to get out there. And that's how they did it. Okay, so that's basically what they did. They gave people free tickets to get out there. And they said, right, go out there. So they started off up here, and they rode all the way down here, and then people watched the finish down here, because there's the international rowing, and people were sitting all the way down along here, because the cameras were up in there. So just say that's where the camera, that one boat was going that way. Now, why did they choose it? Why did they choose to get rid of Old Castlereagh Road? Right, one, they wanted Olympic Games. Secondly, they needed water. They could have got for nothing. And in the government's eyes, this was a great big mess, right? And it was just cow paddock. and this over here was owned by a quarry. So I thought, all right, we'll stick that there. We'll reroute the road, make it nice and straight, and let it come around a triangle, so it won't be as far to go. But actual fact, it's about the same length because the way it's got the bow in it. But anyway, I'm into nitty gritty, every metre counts sort of thing. So that's just me. That's what I do for a living, or used to do for a living. Also, what they call a radio taxi adjudicator, and I've measured between each street the closest car to the closest corner, right? So if you had a radio job in there, you called here, he called there, he called here, and the job was there. So, well, that's him, the winner, right? Because he's got to come down here and go like that, right? That's what I used to do, adjudicating. It's Jude, judge, right? Anyway, that's what else I do, my railway things as well. Railway mileages, 935 kilometres to Warragambah, 885 to the Byron Bay solar power train. 222 kilometres to Orange by rail from Central Number 1. Anyway, just me. Right, so I don't know what this guy actually wanted me to show him. There's not much out there left. So I decided to do it on the computer because there's no point me driving all the way out there and find out that this is all that's left of the old Castlereagh Road on the northern end. As you can see, it says Old Castlereagh Road. And as you can see there, now it goes right down through the middle of the lake. So she's gone. And, oh, this building here, Castlereagh Conference Centre, yes, that still operates, and it's right next door to the cemetery. So if you're just dying to get in, there's a big cemetery out there. If you're into cemeteries, you want to go look at that. And also, this here used to be a school. Now, I know that because I parked my taxi there many a time, walked up there and picked up the disabled kids, and that was their school. When Old Castlereagh Road was still working, and that was way back in 1995, 96. But that's way back then. Sorry, 1993, yeah. So, that's right, yeah, I went out there 577. That was a Ford XE stretch forward. So that'd be 90, 91, 92, 93. That was a disabled school way back then. So I don't know what it's doing now. It's under heritage. I know that much. What all this stuff is over here, I have no idea. Castlereagh Conference Centre and a cemetery. Well, I think if I remember correctly, that was an old church. But anyway, I'll have a look. Oh, I wasn't far wrong, was I? Let's have a look. There we go, Castlereagh. What's that? Castlereagh Conference Centre. So there's the old bell tower. It is a very unique, oh no, that's back at Olympic Park. That's the original old church. I think it was made about 1820, 1850. I could be shooting numbers out through the top of my head. Somebody took great photos out there. I really got to. This is all on Google. You go down Google on your computer. Go down Street View. That's Olympic Park. People go out there during the coronavirus. As you can see, they had their little days out. But the big glory time's gone. Typical pine trees around the Nepean River. I don't know how old that photo is. 2009. So beautiful sunset. I took one out there one day of a sunset going right down the middle of the road. It was beautiful. Oh, there we go. That's a good one. That's a drone footage. So there's the Castlereagh Conference Centre. There's Old Castlereagh Road there. Look, you can see where it used to go. And right over there. And there's a hill over there on the other side. So that's where it used to go. Now it's full of water. And that's obviously part of the rowing club because they've got their nets in there. Or whatever that is. something to do with him. So whoever that guy there was, oh mate, he took some nice photos. It looks very pretty, but there's just nothing out there. Yeah. Raven Skies, Westland Chapel. There you go. So it's interesting. So he must be a local. And that he's just getting ready to go down and use the graveyard. I don't know. Look, see, he's just dying to get in. Just come in and lie down and wait around. Anyway, no, not really. It's terrible. It's shocking. So you can take your jet skis out there. So you don't have to worry about getting drowned in the current. And a lot of people don't realise, I'll just come out of that. Oh no, there we go. Where have I gone? Gone somewhere. Oh right, I'm over here. Right, what a lot of people don't realise is that what is the water capacity? It comes down the Nepean River when it floods. This is known as the bottleneck. The first bottleneck when it hits Penrith. When the Waragamba Dam fills up, people have got a very, very, very big misconception about the Nepean River and the Hawkesbury, the Grose and the Colo. Let's just show you something. Well, it's going to blow your socks off. A lot of people don't believe me. Right, when people say that, where does all the rainwater come from? Anybody put your hand up if you've heard of Mittagong? There you go. Look, Mittagong Caravan Park. Now what's this? So there's, look, there's the first bit of water there. Now let's follow this. Now you want to run Old Road and Range Road. Kokopelli, right? Now, this water will flood up and go down into Mittagong Creek. Now you think, yeah, righto, so where does Mittagong Creek go? Well, no, it doesn't go that way. So it runs over here and runs down onto here and it just finds its way around. Right, so there you go. That eventually comes down there into there. The camera clears up. Can you see it? Wingecarribee. Right? Wingecarribee River. And people say, where does the Wingecarribee River go? All right, let's follow that. Comes around here and comes to Waragambah River, and it starts all the way up out here. And think, where am I going with this thing on Castlereagh Road? Well, this is what I'm trying to teach you. Oh, it comes all the way over here. Right, okay, let's zoom out. There we go. Goes nowhere, right? But if we really zoom out, Southern Highlands Brewing, Tapestry Brewing. You're starting to work out what I'm trying to tell you without telling you. I'm trying to get your brain to work it out for yourself. Right, there we are, way down here. There's Robinson, the town of Robinson. Right, Robert. Okay, so Robinson. Right, what I'm trying to tell you is this. All the water from here, on top of this big mountain range, here's the Illawarra. That water goes that way. All this water here goes down to Waragamba Dam. You might not believe me, but if you want to see it for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours, I'll tell you now. There's excess rainwater from Goulburn. There's excess rainwater from Canberra. Yes, Canberra, our nation's capital. It all runs down here. And all, one way or another, will run all the way right back down to here to poor old, little old Waragamba Dam. Now you say, no, there's only one river. Well, no, there's not. There's two. There's two Nepean Rivers. And I'm about to show you. Right there. See, Waragamba Dam and Nepean River. Have a good look. See, there's two Nepean Rivers and they join up right here. See the bottleneck? That's what causes that to build up. And then, of course, then it winds its way down here, comes down to Penrith, and they say, oh, Penrith's got a flood because it's got to go around here. This is why they built it out. That's why they made this here into this here, to make this into a flood zone, which is what it used to be. And then, of course, it comes down here to Yarramundi, which we had the TV show Yarramundi Kids. And apart from where the old Pansy train used to run, a lot of people don't realise this. This is where the Pansy train used to run. Right. Pansy train used to come down. I know I'm getting off the subject just a little bit. Pansy train used to come around here, run down along the edge of Yarramundi Lane, down there where the mouse is going. And my father used to drive it. And he told me. And that is the railway corridor there. And then it used to come around there, in there to the old quarry. See the quarry hole? That was Yarramundi Quarry. That's why that's it. All the machinery's gone now. But that's where all the ballast came from to build the Penrith to Lithgow railway line. Yeah, Penrith to Lithgow. Yeah, that's right. That's where a lot of that come from before they went down the south. And that's why you got this silly looking thing here at Nepean River, down at Yarramundi. You see how the river goes that way and then it comes this way? That's the original river. And of course then when they dug the quarry out, they took all this out of here. And that's what Dad showed me. He said, that's the original river down here. See, because look, you watch it. Right? So as they dug it out, that's what they did. So if you want a story on it, well now you get your story. This is what the Nepean River is like it is. And that's why you see there's a road there. That's all man-made. See? There's no natural flow through right here, see? It's over here. And right there, there's the old rapids. That's what we used to call the rapids. And Dad's train used to come down through there, go across here. There's the old road I used to drive across as a kid on the old wooden bridge. And Dad's train used to come down underneath there and then down underneath the bridge and come over here into the quarry. I've got a photo of it there somewhere. Well, that's another day. Anyway, so then we come down here and it meets up at the lovely Gross River. So where does the Gross River come from? Well, okay, let's just finish up on the Nepean first. Nepean River has 14,000 square kilometres of floodwater, catchment area, behind the Waragamba Dam. That's just behind the Waragamba Dam. That's 14,000 square kilometres. So what do you think this one over here's got, the other Nepean River? Now let's just say that's got 14,000 square kilometres because this Nepean River, that comes out here to the southwest. Right? And it covers right down here to Wangadilly. And all places like that. So you want something to do, Bannaby, right? People don't realise how big the rain catchment area is. There's Goulburn, told you. Right up out here. Where do you think the rainwater from West Wyalong goes to? It comes down to Waragamba Dam. That's where it goes.